Hi, I'm Adam. I'm sat with some of my colleagues here. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Ross, do you want to go first?
Hi, I'm Ross Pedgrift. I'm Digital Signage Sales Manager.
Hi, I'm James Tamishi and I look after the enterprise end user and consultants engagement.
I'm Adam Gibson and I'm a Regional Sales Manager.
Great. We're doing a bit of a wrap-up of 2021 and what we've seen this year and our experiences of how it's kind of helped and grow the business over 2021. So my first question is to Adam.
Yeah.
Thinking about like that kind of enterprise story, what do you think that we have learned from 2021? And perhaps James, you might want to answer this as well.
It's a really good question and something that we've spent a lot of time on, and I think where Clever Touch is different in the industry is that we really listen to the resellers and our users. And I think that we learned so much, even as an organisation, starting off in lockdown, using Zoom software. Then obviously since we were acquired, all going on Office 365 and all then using Teams. And I think a lot of businesses are in a similar position where people are using a lot of video conferencing software now web-based, and they need something to make their life easier, and that's where we've come in. And I think that where we've had the most success is what we do is agnostic. You know, it's never one size fits all, and I think especially with where we are now in the showroom, we can obviously James working in the end user team, bring people in, really understand what their requirements are, and if they want to use a Clever Touch screen with software for clicking on the screen and launching a meeting, they can do that, no problem. If they want to use it with a Microsoft Teams Rooms appliance, an MTR system, they can do that. If they want to do it with Zoom Rooms, they can do that. And I think that's where we've really seen an uptake, because it's never one size fits all, and we can accommodate everything really. I think that helps.
Thinking ahead, like so, James, you're in here quite a lot. We've been to some exhibitions recently which have restarted, which has been great to see the industry get back together. What would you say that our customers are telling us, and so how we're adapting to that change?
I think just to echo on what Adam said, most users of technology are looking to be agnostic, okay? And in terms of many of them are transitioning from one platform to the other, and they want something from a hardware standpoint that allows them to do that. So use, for example, I'm not going to name drop any platform, but this platform while they transition to the other platform, okay? And what we offer does that very, very well. So we're seeing a lot of interest in that.
Would you say that like some end users are now coming in with a top three kind of, this is what I need to cover, so it becomes less about the hardware, but what can adapt to their solution they have now?
I think I would say that, but also I would say, yes, it's more about the applications that run on the hardware, but also they want a hardware that's reliable. Okay, so they'd like a hardware that, for example, would not dog down. I'm just going to pick one out. Teams, for example, doesn't dog down Teams, or doesn't give you a worse Teams experience than you have on your lap or laptop. It replicates what you have and actually just enhances that experience.
I think as well it's important to talk about the hardware, even though we can manage those UC platforms very, very well. The difference from us is because we've been out so long and we have created a product that has been strong in the corporate market for a long time, is it works well. It's very reliable.
Exactly right.
It's got a really good warranty. People want that kind of confidence as well, that when it's going into a critical meeting room, it's not going to fail, and that there's a support system around them as well. So I think it kind of covers both areas.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that, isn't it? I mean, we were very much known as that kind of education supplier, and how that message has really changed over the last 4 years with our enterprise side and certainly that digital signage. And we're very much being known now as that communication and collaboration solution provider. Ross, when you bring people in here, what is it, that story that people are trying to put out there? What do they know about digital signage, and what have we learned in 2021?
Well, the great thing that has happened, and it's become abundantly obvious the more we bring people in here, is people have historically put us in a box of education, as you say. When you bring them to this space and we show them the capabilities of our products, what we've got, how it works, it very quickly opens up other opportunities into other verticals that they potentially didn't think that we served when they first walked in the door. But when they leave here, they'll go away with so many different ideas of where they can push it into their customers and how we could really add some value to what their overall proposition is.
Yeah, and thinking ahead, like we launched Clever Touch Live this year, and the importance of being able to service those products with an online platform which can adapt to that business needs. How important is that to any organisation now?
Absolutely, to be able to control any of the Clever Touch Technologies endpoints through one portal and being able to address the different products in the family of Clever Touch Technologies offerings has proven to be just a genius stroke, is the truth behind it.
Absolutely, and what I seem to be hearing from you guys especially is how you guys are all working together, and people were looking for that all-in kind of one encompassing solution rather than I'm going to buy a bit here and a bit over here. And even that collaboration piece, you know, when people want to interact with the screen, people want to walk in and see what's happening. And I mean, I'll leave you guys to describe this, how we've set this up from your room booking right away through to that one touch. But how does that look for people that are searching for something that could enhance their building?
Well, it's the fact that we are the value add. So, say James did a demonstration on a UX Pro screen. We will always ask the question, that's great, that's in your meeting room. Around the building, how do you communicate with staff? How do you communicate with visitors into the building? And therefore that opens up a discussion for me to have with whoever it is that James has brought into the showroom, or we do a lot on Teams and Zoom as well. And it just allows us to work very smoothly together, but we're hitting objectives of customers as well, because on adding to that, on the outside of the meeting room, you might need a room booking solution where we can put a big tick in the box for that as well, which is all controlled through Clever Touch Live. So what we're doing is adding value straight away to the end user, to the end customer, but not just that, we're helping our resellers really engage properly with their customers and making sure that we're hitting everything that we should be.
Exactly right. And just as a quick add-on to that, though, I think one of the big things that I'd say about our solution is we don't change how the users work. So, for example, if you came in and said, look, I'd like to use a room system of some sort, but I want it to be very responsive. Our technology can support that. But if you say, I want to work this way, it's not about really, saying what you've done in the past is terrible, change how you're working. Well, that may well be the case, but it's about saying, how are you working? How can we help you work better? How can we help you work smarter?
Yeah.
That's what our technology does very well.
Yeah, great point there. I mean, I think that's always the thing, isn't it? We're always very much concentrating on what is required rather than what it needs to be prescribed as a manufacturer. And I think that's why I enjoy working here so much, and I enjoy how everybody kind of works together on that piece. But thinking about that big buzzword, which we threw around the industry for a long time, in collaboration, no one knew what it meant between 2010 and 2015, and now it's become a big thing. Is that still a key fundamental part of the way we work?
I'd say yes, most definitely, because collaboration in itself is goes beyond you just looking at stuff. It means you're able to actually contribute as well. And a lot of what we do allows that. Going from signage to our UC proposition as well, because we're seeing, and Ross can expand on this, people come into a signage screen, and actually being able to control that screen. Yeah. It's not just looking at what's on the screen, but then from a UC standpoint, we're seeing people say, actually, we use this whiteboard, it's great, but it doesn't do A, B, C, D. And we say, okay, here's a piece of that puzzle that can work alongside your whiteboard, for example, and just give you some added functionalities where people in different parts of the world can work on a mutual document.
Where I think that we still march quite a lot of the time, Adam, is we show the art of the possible. In a non-intrusive way, we show how it could be used in even ways where our customers and their customers may not have even thought about how they might use our technology. We just come and show them how it could be used in whatever world that they are in, and all of a sudden the light bulb moment happens, and all of a sudden they really like what they see. And I just want to add as well something else that makes me love working here as well, is the fact that we don't just sit still. We're always looking to push the boundaries of what our technology and what we can do. So you know, the development roadmap is full of great new ideas, and moving into next year, our customers and their customers are all going to really benefit from the thought process from the senior management, the development team. We don't just sit still as a company, we're always expanding and looking to make our products better and better.
I think that's really fair to say. I mean, one of the reasons why I really enjoy working for Sahara and Clevertouch and now Boxlight Business is the fact that innovation is at the core of our business, along with our colleagues and our partners, and it's seamless, you know, and it's always quite exciting when we come to launch something, and as somebody in marketing, it can be quite like, what, it's launching tomorrow?
Yeah.
But you know, it's exciting, and I like that kind of fast-paced stuff, and it's all very much driven by what the end user is saying. So to wrap up 2021, so we'll start with you, Adam. Is there a highlight that you can think of which you're quite proud of for 2021?
Yeah, I think it's you know, being that increased consistency and the teamwork. I think, you know, obviously for us as a business, there's been a lot of changes with the Boxlight acquisition, but I think, you know, the way that everyone's come together as a team and worked together, and, you know, as we've seen some stats of being, you know, UK number 1, also number 2 in EMEA for corporate, which is, you know, a good testament as well. And I think that, you know, working together as a team has helped that, and I think that's important, that, you know, we all have our strengths, and then also our partners. You know, it's not just down to us, it's the partners that, you know, get us into to users to work with them consultatively for the result, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good point that you make there, isn't it? Like the number 2 brand for enterprise, you know, after Samsung on the Future Source stats for Q3, it's huge, you know, and that's phenomenal growth, and that's down to you guys again and our partners. James, what about for you? Stand out?
I mean, just echoing what Adam said, there's been quite a few, if I'm honest. And but one that really stands out is our breakfast briefing we had for enterprise. Yes, it was quite you know, satisfying to see big corporates, you know, talking about the same challenges they're facing, and we actually saying, hey, we have a solution, or we can help you on that journey. So that was quite big. But again, it's not down to one person or one team. It's down to a body of teams, to be honest. That makes this possible, because each person does what they do very well, but then we have a channel that would facilitate the order, or sometimes bring the opportunity as well. So so that's my one.
Super. Ross?
From a personal point of view, I really like to go to Portugal for our sales meeting.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was excellent. But from a business point of view, there was a situation early in the year where one of our resellers invited us in to talk to their college about the touch screens, and I went along as a bit of a sort of, let's go and see if there's anything else, and that particular deal turned into not only a touchscreen deal, but it also turned into a digital signage project on its own, so not related to the touchscreen deal at that point. So they had a whole new project that was around the digital signage based on what they saw through the demo for me and Gareth that we did. That was just a real success story. But like James, there are so many to talk about. The fact the team all works so closely together is another highlight for me. We really are a tight-knit group, and we really look out for each other.
Okay, so here it is. Thinking ahead of 2022, we've got BEC coming up, our big education show, and ISE, where we're looking at that communication, collaboration story of how everything works together. What are you most looking forward to in 2022? And if you had your crystal ball, how does that look? And we'll start at this end of the line with Ross.
Oh, what am I most looking forward to? Well, there's loads of new features coming for Clevertouch Live. There's potentially, I can't say too much because Sean will kill me, but there's potentially some new products that we're going to add to Clevertouch Live as well, the family of products that exist. And how does it look? Well, hopefully it looks, this year was good.
Yeah.
Let's hope that we all...
This year was fantastic.
Fantastic,
You're certainly
sorry, not just good.
understating yourself. You guys have done an amazing job this year.
This year was fantastic. Next year, I'm hoping to ramp it up. I want Clevertouch Live from a personal point of view, and for Helen, Sandra, myself, We really want to start engaging with our resellers even more. We want to open up new verticals that potentially we don't do as much as we're doing now. And if this time next year we can be sat here saying those things, and I think we'll be in a very, very positive, strong place.
Lovely. James, what's your 2022 look like?
We're starting to see corporate land open up in terms of companies are more decided on what they want to do. So I'm looking forward to stronger end user partnerships. Looking forward to growth in terms of team growth, and also looking forward to supporting our partners through the channel team to just see that exponential growth within enterprise.
Okay, Adam.
Yeah, I think it's a similar kind of idea, but it's all about that vertical growth. I remember the days of you literally, as we said at the beginning, only being in education. That we obviously want to continue and grow, but I think it's the enterprise market. We had a big growth this year in MOD, and we want to continue that as well in defence, but as well as retail. All these other areas where we're making some good strides. To continue and grow that area, I think it's going to be exciting, definitely.
Now, I'm at the bar, I'm buying a drink. What's your drink of choice?
Depends what time it is, but let's say espresso martini.
Well, let's say 7:30 a.m.
Oh,
Espresso martini.
Or PM. Let's go with PM.
Yeah, let's go espresso martini.
Lovely.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, if we go 7:30 a.m., you have to have some oat milk, right?
Okay.
But I'll say something that's bourbony. I'll go for that.
Lovely.
And those who know me will straight away know it's a pint of Guinness.
Oh, there you go, a hearty drink and a rugby drink.
Yeah,
Okay, anyone got your best Christmas cracker joke?
I don't think it'd be very welcome on camera.
Okay, and that's where we wrap up there. All right, thank you very much. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Adam.
and
No
we'll see you
problem.
again soon. Thank you.